Kamusta Filipinas? Mabuhay! Magandang araw! And to all the other viewers around the world, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to make a video reaction to the Marcos regime, the continuation of our last video.
Of what Marcos did for the Philippines during his time. So we just requested this kind of video since last year also, but since we're so busy, so this is the only moment we got the chance to have the continuation of this kind of video.
Why we're busy, you will know soon.
Yes, you will know soon. Okay, so before we start, we would like to thank everyone, family, friends, supporters, viewers. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. And if you are new to here, please do not forget to subscribe to us. Okay, so let's start the video.
Okay.
Almost 21 years as a president of the Philippines. A lawyer, jurist, and politician from Ilocos Norte, Philippines. He is Ferdinand Marcos, the 10th president of the Philippines who served from 1965 to 1986. According to some information written in the history books, his administration was covered with many controversies and hearsay about corruptions and human rights violations during the martial law. But some of these allegations are not yet proven until now. We cannot deny the fact that there are some people believe that his administration was the golden age of the Philippines. Because during his time, the Philippines is the top 2 country in Asia next to Japan in terms of economic growth, where the peso-dollar exchange rate is equivalent to 3 pesos.
Yeah, it's true that during the time of Marcos, Philippines belonged to one of the richest country in Asia, and in fact, second to Japan. As far as I know, is Japan the first one, and second is the Philippines. Yeah.
And yeah, he was a little bit the president after the wars that have happened in the country. So he was really need to build the country totally up from scratch. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that country was totally broken, and he was to build everything.
Equals $1. When President Marcos was ousted in 1986, the exchange rate is 25 pesos per $1. So today in this video, we will talk about the achievements of Ferdinand Marcos during his time. An era where the Philippines is one of the...
And also, the dollar rate is, they said, it's 3 pesos for $1. And now, I think it's 50 pesos per $1.
No,
so
58 pesos is $1.
No, that is euro.
Oh yeah, that's euro.
That's
yeah,
euro.
Yeah,
so dollar is around 50. So the difference is really, really high. So it says that after Marcos regime, the peso became 25. From 3 pesos, it became 25 pesos. So you can really see the difference. It's really high.
Tigers of Asia, a long time ago. In order to make the Philippines a food-sufficient country, he introduced the Green Revolution. The main goal of the program Green Revolution is to increase the food production here in the Philippines. A program where scientists and rice researchers developed a variety of rice, named IR8 hybrid rice. IR8 hybrid rice is a type of rice that can produce bigger heads of grain and grow in a short period of time. Because of this program, rice production increased from 1.2 metric tons of palay to 2.4 metric tons of palay per hectare. The Philippines also...
So now I'm asking myself, are we eating a hybrid rice?
You mean here?
Yeah, well, everywhere on the world.
you know, only one thing I can say, because the moment I moved here in Europe, I never taste the same rice that I'm eating in the Philippines, because it's different. The taste is really different compared to what I experienced to eat here.
Yeah, like Dutch people have only see white rice and maybe a little bit of little brown color on it. But what I have heard from her that there are so many different kind of colors.
Yes, there's a black rice. We have we have black rice. We have red rice. We have brown rice. We have pink rice also. So, yes.
So when I am in the Philippines, I gonna show all the kinds of rice they have there, and probably you're gonna be surprised.
Yes, and you will be surprised with the taste, and you will if you will see the difference between the taste from organic from the Philippines and from the export. I don't know where it came from.
Exported $7 million worth of rice. First time in the history that the Philippines became self-sufficient in rice in 1968, since the American period. There is also a program named Blue Revolution or Bayang Dagat, a program where local fishermen can borrow money from the government for their needs. This
I forgot to say also additional that Philippines actually is during the time of Marcos, Philippines is the main or the capital place to study how to plant the rice. So Philippines is the one that teach people from Thailand, Vietnam, I think also Indonesia, how to make a rice. But now, I don't know what happened. We are now, at the moment, Philippines is not the first exporter of the rice from Asia. I think now it's Vietnam or Thailand. But during the time of Marcos, we are we teach people, Filipino people teach in, I think it's a UP somewhere, it's UP, Los Baños, I think.
Program also helped the local fishermen to develop some fishery techniques to have a better production. Where some marine species like milkfish, tilapia, mullet, and prawn were distributed in the markets at a low price. A program named Bakahang Barangay. This program supported fattening of 40,000 head of cattle in farmer backyards, where the local farmers can receive a pair of cattle from the government in the rural areas. A program named Expanded Yellow Corn Program. With the help of this program, the government granted the 4.7 billion pesos loans from 1975 to 1985 to support the local farmers. The Kilusang Kabuhayan at Kaunlaran, or KKK, in 1981. A program that supports 25,000 entrepreneurial projects which aim to establish viable productive enterprises in communities through self-help and self-reliance. The government spent 1.8 billion pesos to help its 500,000 beneficiaries for the livelihood projects, where the government also provides marketing guidance and assistance to enhance effective marketing complementation. The Presidential Decree No. 27 or Tenants Emancipation Act of 1972. The first land reform code in the Philippines.
1.8 billion pesos, and that time the peso was 3 pesos was $1.
Yeah.
So if we divide it to 3, then you come to the number what they have put it inside of the vegetables and the fish market and the corn and everything. So, a lot.
Yeah.
After this decree was implemented, around 1.2 million farmers became the owner or leaseholder of more than 1.3 million hectares of rice and corn lands. On October 19, 1979, President Marcos mandated the Ministry of Health to adopt primary health care or PHC. This medical care program was made accessible to millions of Filipinos who lived in remote areas in the Philippines. The objective of this program is to improve the level of health care in the community. There are two types of primary health care workers in the Philippines: the barangay health worker or village health worker and the intermediate level primary health worker. According to the United Nations, this program is the most effective and most responsive health program among the third world countries. President Marcos also wanted the Philippines to become an energy self-reliance. That's why during his time, 20 power plants were made. Many of these power plants are indigenous energy sources such as hydro, geothermal, dendrothermal, coal, biogas and biomass. So that the Philippines won't become an oil-dependent country because of the indigenous energy sources power plants. Because of the large energy resource exploration and research, it resulted in a massive oil importation reduction.
Actually, I found a news also that he told to, after his regime, he said that please continue the power plant, because if you did not continue the power plant, this project, Philippines is going to fall. And exactly that is the thing that happened, because yeah, he said, okay, this is not, I'm going to go down to my position, but please continue this project, the power plant, because he want, you know, if there's a lot of provinces in the Philippines that still no powers, and there's no energy, there's no electricity. So he want to give all the, yeah, all the Filipino people to have a good life. And yeah, electricity is really important, of course, but it did not continue. So exactly what happened, it falls. The Philippines was fall that time.
Ja, kijk, Philippines is a really rich country in oils. And that is one of the best things where you can make money of in the Philippines. That is oil. So if you really want to become wealthy, go make oil. Yeah, just fish oil from fruits, oil from trees or whatever. You can make beauty products of it. You can you make so many things.
Yeah, we have coconut oil. We have palm oil. We have sunflower oil. Yeah, we have oil, but it's made of fruits or vegetable. But for the oil for benzene or gasoline, I think we have, but that one is in Spratly Island. I don't know what's the name now. So yeah, I'm not really aware now what's happening on that island. It's already between China and the Philippines conversation, or between the government.
According to statistics, from 100% oil importation in 1965, it decreased to 40% in 1985. And thousands of cities and towns were fully energized during that time. The Philippines is the first country in Asia to use dendrothermal power plant, and the second country in geothermal utilization, next to the US. Here are some power plants built during the President Marcos regime. Leyte Geothermal Power Plant in 1977. Angat Hydroelectric Power Plant in 1967. Makiling Banahaw Geothermal Power Plant in 1979. Tiwi Geothermal Power Plant in 1980. Calayan Hydroelectric Power Plant in 1982. Magat Hydroelectric Power Plant in 1984. Pantabangan Hydroelectric Power Plant in 1977. Agos 2 in 1979, Agos 4 in 1985, Agos 5 in 1985, and Agos 7 Hydroelectric Power Plant in 1982. Pulangi Hydroelectric Power Plant in 1985. Masawi Hydroelectric Power Plant in 1980. Calaca Coal Power Plant in 1984. Cebu Thermal Power Plant in 1981. Palimpanan Southern Negros Geothermal Production Field in 1983. There are also some labor reforms were made during the Marcos regime. The Magna Carta of Labor, that promotes the overseas contract work where many Filipinos given the opportunity to work abroad. During his time, the maritime industry was also dominated by Filipinos, wherein around 50,000 seamen were employed in various world shipping companies. This labor code also extends the greater protection to labor, promote employment, and human resource development. And the very famous every month of December, the 13th month pay. Presidential Decree number 851, or also known as the 13th month.
Alright. So 13th month pay. Do you have it here? The 13th month pay?
Yeah, every 24 days we get salary.
13th month pay is like a bonus.
What do you mean bonus? No,
yeah.
kijk, we have just 4 weeks and then we get paid. So if you do that 24 and the whole year, you have 13 months. So, and Marcos created it.
Yeah.
That's...
because in my country, it works like this. Like if you, let's say you work, doesn't matter if you work only 6 months or how many months, but during December, the employer must give the 13th month pay to his workers. So they're going to compute it how many days or how many months you work already. So if you work 1 year, so they're going to compute the whole year. I think something like that, and they're going to divide it. So that is the 13th month pay.
But if you by the way think about the coin, it did go from 3 to $50.
Yeah.
But that time we were at 100 cents, and that was from 1870, if I'm right. We changed it from cents to 100 cents. So
Even here in Europe?
yeah, I'm just a little bit thinking from
How it works.
What happened.
Yeah, I don't know also what happened. How come, I don't know, or I'm not really sure how the coin work also. But how come that, from 3 pesos become 50, and until now
You must just see 50 pesos is 5 pesos. That's just the way you need to see it. You get it? So if the Philippines just make it 5 pesos, then they have to fix it the whole thing. Then you get maybe a little less from the bank. You get like 600 to 800 euros in a month, maybe 400, maybe 500. Yeah. But then they have just fixed it the way you see the coin. So they just do 10 coins on one.
Yeah, but people also must think that it doesn't matter how big, the exchange rate. It is the matter of, the cost of living in one country. Because for example, here people, they will ask like how much you earn here. If you're going to convert it in peso, of course they will think, oh, it's so high. Yeah, it is high compared to the Philippine money, but the cost of living here in Europe is also, I can say it's like triple or higher. The lifestyle and everything is really high.
You can do with Filipino money what you're earning there. You can do more than with the money that you earn here. So
yeah, so that is actually one of the reasons why there's so many foreigners want to move in Asia when they already save money from their own country, because the expenses is low, so they can have a business, or they can have a good life, something like that. So that's understandable.
Month pay law was signed by President Marcos on December 16, 1975. A labor code that mandated all the employers to give 1/12 of the annual salary of their employees before 24th of December. His administration also implemented some reform in education, where the government allocated 58.7 billion pesos for the education programs. Because of this program, the literacy rate in the Philippines increased from 72% in 1965 to 93% in 1985. 63 out of 108 state universities and colleges are being founded and established during the time of President Marcos. Infrastructure projects like bridges that are constructed and completed during the Marcos regime. The San Juanico Bridge, that stretches from Samar to Leyte, completed in 1973. Mactan-Mandoy Bridge in Cebu, it connects the Mandoy City and Lapu-Lapu City, completed in 1972. Candaba Viaduct in Apalit, Pampanga, completed in 1976. Bunton Bridge that stretches from Tuguegarao City to Salona in Cagayan, completed in 1974. Patapit Viaduct in Pagudpid, Ilocos Norte, completed in 1986. Biliran Bridge in Biliran Island, completed in 1975. Magapit Suspension Bridge, it connects the east and west sides of Cagayan River, completed in 1978. Moo Bridge in Victoria, Northern Samar, completed in 1970. You can watch also the other infrastructure projects of President Marcos in our previous video on this channel. National Manpower and Youth Council, NMYC, was founded in 1976. It was changed to Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESDA, in 1994. Even how great his programs and projects for the Philippines during his time. People remembered him as a dictator, corrupt leader, and human rights violator. A common Filipino trait that remember the bad things and forget the good things. We cannot deny the fact that many of these projects are still useful until now. During his time, the Philippines is one of the biggest rice exporter countries in Asia. That's why some foreign students came here to study on agriculture. A truly amazing achievement that you cannot read in any history books as of today. A fruitful administration that has been forgotten by many Filipinos as the years passed by. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so the Philippines lost a great leader that really didn't know what he was doing, and he built the infrastructure in the country really good. And yeah, he gave people a lot of jobs.
Yes, that's true. And also, he built a lot of public school because not all people can afford to pay high tuition fee in a private school. So he built so many public school for the people, for the Filipino people. That's why the literacy in the Philippines become really high. And he built also public hospital where people don't really have to pay that much. So he built so many things.
He has done many good things for the country.
But since President Duterte came and become the president of the Philippines, as far as I know, he is really continuing the legacy of Ferdinand Marcos.
He is cleaning the country.
Yes, and he's building also the bridges. Maybe if we can find a video, maybe we can make a reaction on that also, what President Duterte is doing for the Philippines also.
And he is lowering the criminality in the Philippines.
Some people don't really see that it's really a good thing because they think that, oh, this is not nice, this is not good. But if we're going to think, that is good for the new generation because they're going to grow in the good community. That is my opinion about it.
Yes. So all the power plants, so they did have a lot of electricity. Okay, what is for me only long time ago, 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
They created also a power plant in Egypt. And in Egypt.
Okay.
And that one is not really costing organic stuff to that you burn or other kinds of chemicals that destroy the world. And that make the world dirty, because it is very simple. You have water, you let the water flow up in the pyramid.
Okay.
When the water flow up in the pyramid, when the iron is going over the stones and the iron, and then it goes down again, and then it goes back in the water, but every time when the water comes back, the whole pyramid did have light. Otherwise, they were not able to walk in the pyramid. And most of the people think, yeah, there was fire inside of the pyramid and that kind of stuff. Well, if there was fire in the pyramid, there was a lot of smoke in the pyramid. Yeah, so no one can breathe. So that was also not possible. So they was need to do something that was possible, and that was the way they created the first land in Egypt. And I don't understand why the government on the entire world did not want the people to have that electricity in their house.
I think because it will be free.
It will be free energy.
And that's the reason. That is the reason. Because like what Marcos did for the Philippines. As far as I know, he want the free electricity for the Philippines. And it did not happen. So
because it was really easy. There was water and the sun shines on the water. The water is warm. So long it goes up, there was light.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say in the Philippines it were becoming dark around 6 o'clock or around 5 o'clock. And you did that maybe 1 or 2 hours after you still have light. Yeah. And then maybe at the of course you need to make something else to give the light at the later times, but.
Yeah, that is really sad because I know many places still in the Philippines that they're struggling to have the electricity and also water. It's very difficult, especially in the provinces and in the mountains. It's very difficult to have the electricity and the water.
So now I have learned you, if you don't have good electricity, then just make something that the water can flow up, and then go down. Put in something in the wall. And
I think it's something like almost the same with the windmill, how the windmill works. The windmill produce also electricity, right? And water.
Okay, the windmills here in the Netherlands, the reason why they built the windmills was to shake, to make bread. So they put the corn inside of the windmill, then they shake it, and it become white stuff. So they shake it like this, and then it was all getting powder. And when it became powder, they make a bread of it.
What's the other? The other windmill, the big one.
The electricity one.
Yeah, the electricity one.
Yeah, the small one that they also do. They did it with water. The windmill in the water, and they have the one now from the wind.
The big one.
But that they did not have that long time ago. Like that.
We have also in the Philippines, in the place where Marcos live, we have also windmills. So they put also windmill there. I think the reason is also because of for the electricity. Which is good.
So the world is really strange that some government agencies are so greedy all over the world, doesn't matter where, just don't want people to get something for free because then they have nothing to do.
Yeah, almost nothing free right now at the moment, especially here. I think, but in the Philippines still there's free.
I hope that you enjoyed the video. And I hope that you learn a lot about the history of the Philippines.
And you can suggest any kind of thing that you want us to make a video reaction. Maybe history of different countries, not only the Philippines, or maybe you can send us anything that you think that we must know or people must see in the video.
So we want to learn also something new.
Yes.
Because that's nice.
Learning is really nice. Learning new things is always nice. Okay, so before we go, we would like to thank everyone, family, friends, supporters, viewers. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. And if you are new to here, please do not forget to subscribe to us. Okay, so be healthy,
be safe,
and God bless to everyone.
So we see you in our next video.
Bye, until next time.
Bye.